imperialistic, Warsaw Pact is socialist. They say they are. They say they are. They say they are. And these two groups, these two countries, in terms of sets of countries, who have dialectically opposed philosophies, are talking about coming together militarily. When they talk about European security, that's what they're talking about. That's all they're talking about. You hear them all the time talking about European security? That's what they're talking about. Now, it is very important for us, Africans and socialists, to understand how is it possible for a socialist system and an imperialist system to put their military might together. And if so, against what? Against what? Now, we have to examine that. They're talking about European security. Nobody's against European security. Europe should be secured. Everybody's in agreement. I'm for African security. I'm for Asian security. I'm for European security. It's a necessity. But this European security is not Europe geographically. You understand me? You understand me clearly? You hear me? It's not Europe geographically. Because America ain't in Europe. You hear me? Canada ain't in Europe. You hear me? Australia ain't in Europe. You hear me? Iceland ain't in Europe. You hear me? They talk about white man security. Hear me well. Hear me well. They talking about white man security. They talking about white man security. Irregardless of ideology.
Injustice for granted. Every time there's a disaster, they always put the arm on the good guys. They always ask the nice folks to dig deeper. Crime should be made to pay a share of mankind's altruistic load, just like everybody else. Speaking of that, I have the housing solution. Here goes. Hookers and the homeless. The homeless need beds, right? A bed is not much when you got one. Everything when you don't. There are beds, hundreds of them, little used, relatively speaking, scattered conveniently all over the city. Rooms of prostitution, clear. Every hooker should be assigned a homeless person who gets the mattress when she's not using it. Down with the warehousing of beds. Madam should be assigned homeless families of 3 or 4, depending on the brothel size. Okay? You can't stop people from gambling, so you do a lottery. You can't stop people from, well, you know what I mean. If you can't beat them, make them join you. Just like in those science fiction movies, when some extraterrestrial disaster threatens and everybody jams together. Americans, Russians, Chinese. And those ladies or gentlemen or in-betweens of the evening who do their bit gladly, without a fight. Seeing as how they all, everybody knows, have hearts of gold, right? Yeah. Sure. I'm Melvin Van Peebles. Good night.
What do you say?